welcome back to the Bestie Brunch podcast. If you are one of my YouTube subscribers, you already know I call my YouTube subscribers friends. So, hey, friend, hey. But if you are one of my YouTube subscriber friends and you listen to my podcast, that's a whole nother level. You're now my bestie, and welcome to the Bestie Brunch podcast. The Bestie Brunch podcast is a podcast where we'll talk about fashion news and beauty news for the culture. Let's talk about the fashion and beauty news. This episode is actually going to be more geared to fashion news. So let's get into the fashion news. Jenee Naylor drops a whole line in Target, and the girls ran and grabs everything, child. I can't find nothing in my size. The girls went and supported the Future Collective line, and I'm so excited for her. I've been watching High Low Lux for for years. When she changed her name to YouTube to her name, Jenee Naylor, I knew something must be getting things must be getting serious because we done went from High Low Lux, and she's been High Low Lux for years, to her actual name. So knew things were changing. So happy, so happy for her. What I didn't know is that she used to actually work at Target. So on Target's Instagram, or I think it's Target Style Instagram, they actually showed a video of her at the original store that she used to work at. She was the store director for 11 years. And the like some of her former team members actually came back to surprise her with a warm welcome. That is so dope. Definitely a full circle moment for her. Clearly, all the girls ran out and bought the things, especially local, because I could not find their sizes, but they're just not my size. Um, and I know they did a restock on Target.com, but we all know how Target sizes are. You gotta try their stuff on, especially if you curvy, you got hips, you got body, yada yada, hip size, all the things. You gotta try that stuff on. I can't just like guesstimate my size because honestly, I'm always wrong. So, if I if I'm on the Target app and I see that there's some more sizes out there, I definitely run to Target because I missed it, and I missed it the first time because Megan Nicole Pete, aka the Hot Girl Hottie, pulled up, and then that definitely took my attention for a minute. And by the time I came back around, a lot of the sizes were gone. When I looked online, when I looked on TikTok, um, as a way of doing my research to see what like girls my shape look like in the clothes, I could only find a few, and there were some outfits that I already knew wasn't gonna look great on me, and that's fine. I feel like she did come out with a great collection that looks good on different body types, so I appreciate that. She definitely went old school 90s. Some of those designs I haven't seen in a minute. The collars, the square neckline, the big old buttons, baby. I haven't seen some of that in a good minute. One of her dresses reminds me of a dress that I think Gabrielle Union wore in, was it Two Can Play That Game? I feel like that was the movies. I think that was the dress. I think that was the movie that she had on a dress, and it kind of looks similar to a dress that's in the collection. I might be confusing that, but I do believe that's the movie I was thinking of when I was going through the dresses. So, saying that as a way of saying that some of her clothes really did bring back like those nostalgic 90s moments, stuff that I saw older um, adults wearing in their 90s because I was a 90s kid, so I couldn't wear it. So having those styles come back and we can actually wear them as adults, like that's really cool. But at the end of the day, it definitely does seem as though the collection was a hit. It would not surprise me if they do like another collection. I know they did a restock online. I just wonder, are they going to put more clothes in the stores, or is Target just going to move on to the next collection and then bring Jenee back for another collection like next year or later this year? We don't know besties at this point, but we will be seeing too so we can find out. If you bought any items, you tried anything on, let me know. Leave me a comment and let me know what you thought so I can be on it next time because your girl definitely missed this one. Okay, y'all, next topic of what I want to talk to y'all about. Mariah Carey has dropped the Mariah Carey has dropped a Pride collection. So basically what she did was use her heartbreaker picture with the rainbow that goes kind of like across her breast, and she's using that for Pride, and then it's like a rainbow that says Pride for like the hoodies. Y'all, any like theme, Mimi is gonna make it about her, and I'm okay with it. I think everybody else was okay with it. I don't think anybody complained. I'm just letting y'all know that she took, and I think that that's pretty smart to repurpose something from years ago and find a way to still use it today. So she has t-shirts that she's selling. She has this fan, and when you open the fan, it says shade. I thought the one she was holding on Instagram said pride, but this one on the website says shade. And then she also has rainbow neon sign, and then she has a hoodie and sweatpants. And everything's pretty affordable. So Mariah Carey just dropped that for Pride Month. I think the most expensive thing might be the sweat set. That's like 115 in total, but the t-shirts, the fans, they're all about $25. So pretty affordable, and I think that was kind of pretty smart to find a way to like repurpose like your old content, still make it relevant today and make it fit for Pride Month. Like I think that's really smart for her and her team. And that's now available on the Mariah Carey store. Now moving from someone that made their older content still relevant today and affordable, let's move on to someone that made their reputation relevant today, but not necessarily affordable to everyone, and that is the Mary J. Blige. Y'all kept calling her auntie. She said, don't call her auntie. Y'all kept calling her auntie anyway. Then she gave y'all um, I think she said she was doing a boot collection, but she just dropped the one boot, the Mary boot with Giuseppe Zanotti, and she did make it affordable. Y'all kept calling her auntie. Look, I just personally think because people kept calling her auntie, she gave you rich auntie. She gave you what everybody would like. Y'all couldn't just say because like big sis because like no. Y'all kept calling her auntie, and she gave you rich auntie vibes. And now the boot is a $1,500 boot. $1,500 Giuseppe Zanotti boat. The conversation on social media was, well, could she have dropped a boot that was more affordable? She probably could have, but she didn't want to. She does have a lot of Giuseppe's. Mary's been wearing knee-high, thigh-high boots for years. This is her reputation. We honestly expect her to step out in a boot, but that price point, I just don't. I don't think she was gonna give you affordable because she was coming rich auntie vibes. Yeah, yeah. So maybe if I was calling her like because, um, maybe we would have got something more affordable. Anywho, apparently a lot of people did purchase the shoe because they are not available. They are sold out. And from what I saw on social media, it's a few aunties that got their boots, and they doing their two step. They doing the whole Mary like choreography in the kitchen with their drinks in their hands. So they got the boots. I think we should just be careful on what we call people. That's just what I think. Um, I know I think it was last year, or the year before. I don't remember what the event was, or maybe it was that last year. She sat down with Earn Your Leisure, and I remember her saying like, "I hear y'all. The boot collection is coming." So I don't know if there's more that is coming, and this was just the first boot. And she just did a collab with Giuseppe Zanotti and called it the Mary Boot. I don't, because I thought she was like gonna drop a whole collection. This is only one boot, so I just want to know. I just wonder if this is kind of like the soft launch into it, and then we're actually gonna get a collection later. I don't know, but I will definitely stay tuned on that. And look, I'm a Mary fan, so I'm here for whatever she decides to do. But in all honesty, I mean, I'm not an auntie nor a rich auntie yet, so I look at them. Okay, Bestie, I think the last thing that I was gonna tell you or kind of like talk about was the situation regarding Jada Chavez, Jada Wada, and Inu Noir Swim. I hope I'm saying that right. Ed, no, I'm not. And Ed Noir Swim. At this point, you may have heard about it, maybe not. I don't know. But if you haven't, Jada had the idea of dropping a particular bathing suit. So Jada had plans to drop this bikini that has like this organza flower design on the top of the bathing suit, on the bikini top. Had that design. Well, that has been pulled, and it seems like everything kind of happened pretty quickly. I honestly, by the time I saw all this, it was probably towards the tail end, so I don't even know if there was much back and forth. I just know that the original designer's best friend quickly went to Twitter, put all the info in the biz on Twitter, and that's where it all started. Then there was receipts pulled of Jada wearing the original design back in, was it 2020? Yeah, back in 2020. She had the same design bikini on, but in yellow. So it's now 2024. It's 4 years later. I guess she was thinking, like, no harm, no foul. I don't see the design being used. Um, so, I'm going to use it for my collection. She was coming out with Wait a Minute Swim. Um, but social media shut that down pretty quickly. So, started the conversation of like designers ripping each other off. Like, how do people feel about that? I know Jada has even said like Shein and Temu steal other people's designs. Honestly, we can throw Fashion Over in there too. Love Fashion Over, but I mean, we see it. Let's be honest, we all see it. And there's two perspectives here. There's someone comes out with original design, um, but it might be higher price and everybody can't afford it. So the more affordable companies come in and they make a more affordable version. And that's where Shein, Fashion Over, and Timo come in. So it's like, yeah, it's not the original designer, but at the same time, everybody can't afford it, but they want it. And then the affordable companies come in and they make, you know, that same design or something similar. Not a lot of times it's just something similar. So the girls can have, but they don't have to spend the big bucks to get. There's that perspective of it, and then there's also the perspective of, well, this designer put a lot of work into it, and then they came out with this design, and then I mean, before you can blink, like within 24 to 48 business hours, it seems like the affordable companies are boom, new drop of that previous designer's collection. Like, yeah, they're literally just sitting back waiting for certain people to drop certain things, and then they quickly, I guess, it seemed to me like these folks are just screenshotting what the designers are making, put it into production, and boom, it is on their website in like 48 business hours. I know as an actual designer that has to feel horrible. I mean, you took the time to sit there, think about it, design it, overthink it, change it, critique it, finally put it into production, finally like do all the work, put it on the model, critique it a little bit more, like over analyze it. It finally comes into um fruition, it's in reality. You now see it, it's on the red carpet or it's on the website, and then it's like, I took months to do all this work. You literally took a few minutes to steal it. That cannot feel great. So I get both sides of it. I get the perspective from both sides. This to me is a little different though. To me, this is a little different because the receipts came out that Jada has wore the bathing suit 4 years ago. She did put out an apology, and no, I'm not coming for Jada one bit because I actually really like Jada. Um, However, I feel like the apology was a little lackluster, in all honesty. Um, Y'all, let me try to read it. It's small, but it says, "Hi, I just want to say that I am very sorry about all this. I realize you weren't selling the bikinis anymore since 2021, so I didn't think it would be a big deal." Oh, oh, wait, it was 2021, not 2020. Okay. Oh, that's when she stopped selling. She stopped selling it in 2021. Okay, so Jada didn't think it'll be a big deal since there's plenty other brands with the same concept. I definitely understand how this made you feel because I've been a victim of things like this before, and I hate to not go about this the right way without taking accountability as a black female business owner as well. I say all that to say I will not be selling the all that to say I will not be selling the swimsuit that was inspired by your company. Wish you and your brand the best and much success. Maybe one day we can collaborate on something even hotter. XOXO, sorry. Again. I don't know about that apology per se. She apologized, but it just kind of came off like my bad. Um, but I feel like the apology action spoke louder than the words for me. The action was that she didn't just say it, but she really did pull that bikini, and it will not be going into production or will not be sold. And I think this is just another lesson for Jada as she's building her brand. She's learning. It's like at this point, honestly, it seems with like every drop, she's learning. And this is just gonna make her stronger. One more lesson I guess she needed to learn. Only difference is she's learning her lessons publicly, and then she's also learned. They're also hitting her pockets because this is not the first time that she had to like pull something when it came to Wait a Minute or didn't. I think the last was it the first time or the one of them times I think she almost missed her drop date or she had to push it back, and then I think the jumpsuit wasn't right. Like she's been going through a lot. But I think honestly these are just lessons that you learn. I don't really feel like the apology was like, much of an apology. I mean, she did say, "I'm very sorry about all this." Um, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like when you say too much, it actually just takes away from the apology. I think with this situation, it may have been best for her to take a page from Beyonce's book and just not say nothing and just do the action itself. No different than when Khalees, you know, spoke out publicly about the sample of Milkshake in Beyonce's song. Beyonce never said anything. Khalees said a lot of things on multiple days. Beyonce never said a word. She just took them drums clean up out that song. Yep, she took the drums out the song, and I still to this day am pissed off that I didn't buy the vinyl when I should have bought the vinyl because then I would still have the drums and no one else would. But at this point, I ain't having them drums. It just is what it is. Um, the whole little milkshake and like it's just gone. It is what it is. And Beyonce never said anything though. It was like the action spoke way louder than the actual words. So why talk about this? Let's go back and forth. Like why do all that? I'ma just remove it, dead it, let's move on. Um, who knows if they actually eventually talked? I don't know. But I feel like this could have played out the same way. Like this could have been a why even talk about it kind of thing. Just go ahead and pull it. Um, and she didn't really have to say anything because it seems to me like she sent an apology and the apology was screenshotted and sent or posted elsewhere. Well, I don't know if Jada, I don't know where this apology came from because it definitely is in the Instagram DM. So I don't know if Jada screenshot that she said an apology. I don't see a response. So that's why I said I wouldn't have said anything. I would have just pulled it and called it a day. Let's move on. But this is kind of different because this is like, like a black woman business to black woman business, smaller business to smaller business. It's not a, um, like a huge fashion over Shein or Temu type thing where they're bigger businesses and they're taking the smaller designers' designs. This is kind of small designer to small designer. So, how do y'all feel about that? Like, do y'all feel like at this point everybody is copying everybody? So does it even matter? You know, for you, the consumer, the customer, you're now getting the brands or the not the brands, but you're getting the designs at different price points. So you're absolutely okay with it, or are you just completely against it? Like, stop stealing people's designs. Like, they put their work into it. Like, why would you just steal that from them? Please let me know in the comments below. Like, how do you feel? What side are you on? I actually like that she said, maybe one day we can collab together. Like, that's a really cute idea. However, at this point, right about now, that's probably not going to happen. But maybe sometime in the future, who knows? It's like, oh, it's a cute idea, but not really sure if that's ever going to happen. Just by, if someone was to answer that question today, they probably would say no. But maybe down the line, who knows? Oh, besties. That is that is pretty much all that I had to talk to y'all about this go round. Let's see what we talk about in the future. I feel like with these episodes, as I guess the new like news comes out, things come out, drops, collabs, events, whatever. I can just do these episodes as things are happening if I have enough things to talk about. So I don't have like a set weekly, bi-weekly. It's just kind of like as the news is here to give, let's get together and let's talk about it. If you like that idea, definitely subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Subscribe in that way you'll be able to watch the podcast episodes. If you are listening on a podcast platform, please follow my podcast. And if you can, please rate my podcast. I would love 5 stars. If you're on YouTube, please give this a thumbs up if you like this podcast episode. And y'all, I can't wait till we get together for the next brunch. Cheers. Bye. Buy myself all of my favorite things. Been through some bad shit, I should be a savage.